religion, family, and technology. Focus on Liberia uncovers and showcases the best of Liberia and shows the world the truth about Liberia. We educate, elevate, and promote all things Liberia. We conduct interviews, panel discussions, debates, and more. Tune in to Focus on Liberia on Facebook and YouTube and be a part of the stories that make up the news.
This is Focus on Liberia, and I am Dennis Jah.
And I am Priscilla Jenny Mambella. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a new day on Focus on Liberia, where we delve into transformative dialogues about social justice and the voices leading a charge for social reforms. Here at a new day, we explore the intersections of politics, culture, and tradition with the leaders who are reshaping our world for the better. And we have such a leader with us today, shaping our world. So, a new day focuses on critical dialogues around social justice with emphasis on gender justice as well as other issues that affect us to influence policies and contribute to societal shift. We facilitate these conversations so that we can challenge our worldview, our way of doing things, and lead to an evolution of a new consciousness of ourselves, our relations to each other, and the world in which we live. Today, we have with us a media colleague of mine, and he's also a private investor. His name is Mr. Peter Massaquer. I will let Peter introduce himself. Welcome to a new day today, Peter. It's good to have you on. Good morning, Peter. Peter, can you hear me? Hello.
You said I can't hear you. I think you're having some issue with the network.
Oh, um, yeah. At my end, I can hear myself. You want to go ahead and speak?
Yeah. My name is Peter Mazikwa. A Liberian national. Here in the United States. I am a businessman. A former journalist. From Liberia, and migrated to the United States since 2011, along with my beautiful wife, Jerusha Mazikwa, uh, who is doing extremely well, representing our hustle in Liberia and managing our businesses for almost 2 years. These are some of the sacrifices we made to help keep society better and safe. So pretty much it's all about me. Very simple guy uh, from a very humble family background.
Okay. Thank you, Peter. So, you want to tell us a little bit before we get into your story as an investor. I know you hinted on former journalist, but give us a little background of your journalism career or journey.
Well, several years ago, upon graduating from high school, I started my internship at the Renaissance Communication Incorporated. I was one of the few individuals that were tasked with the responsibility to cover the Truth and Reconciliation hearings that was taking place at the um, Pavilion on Asma Street. And based on my commitment and excellent job, they assigned me as a roofing reporters, meaning that I had no boundaries. I was reporting from every sector of the country, reporting on issues that had to do with economic concern, um, covering specifically the United Nations missions in Liberia. I worked closely with the Ministry of Labor, and then later on reported on public works, which of course I had the opportunity to tour all the 15 counties, looking at rural connectivities, speaking to superintendents of the counties to learn more about some of the challenges they are faced with, or they were faced with at the time. I spoke to citizens, I covered prisons, facilities, because the Ministry of Justice at the time received a lot of funding from international partners to rehabilitate prison facility across the country and reintegrate those inmates into society through rehabilitation programs. So I went to this virtual correction palace. I went to Berea, that was in Yons. I went to Lofa County Central Prison and several other facilities. I spoke to inmates, but those are some of the work that we did that really make a huge impact in Liberia.
Yeah.
At the time, we received funding from the journalist for human rights and good governance based in Canada through the Abroad Media Center. Through those grants, we were able to do a very great job. There were a lot of success stories, and we air most of those on television, real TV at the time. I covered the United Nations Agriculture Back Program at the Central Sake um, facility in Bentonville. I don't know if it still exists, but they have people from different walks of life that needed help through skills training program. People with intellectual disability. They'll have almost everything for everybody. So I mean, I have a very great, successful path practicing mainstream journalism in Liberia, and I experienced a lot. I interacted with so many people, including presidents, government officials, from all segments of the government, and make good friends. Through that all, I learned a lot. I learned about society, how society through the age. Um, I mean, you could be successful if you want to. You could choose not to be successful if you want to. That made me stronger. And then migrated to the United States in 2011 is where everything changed. I choose to do business because the United States is a different country. It's a country where career matters. You can have the PhD, the doctorate degree, but you must have a career in order to have a solid financial standing to be able to help people, your family, and yourself. And that's why I did not pursue journalism in America. I did business. I went to the Berkeley University for 2020, for 2013, 2015. I was out of the university. I got my degree in business administration with emphasis in international banking, international business. And I was able to established the Peter Massacre Insurance Agency back in 2016, which of course, since then we've been doing very well. On the 7 years, we have over 87,000 clients, licensed in 17 states across the United States. And we've been doing very well. And through our business successes in the United States, we were able to also establish a huge business empire in Liberia, specifically investing in the culture and tourism sector in Liberia. We have little over 75 employees right now at our two facilities, Jesse's Law and Jesse's Bar.
Okay. Oh my God, Peter, that is so amazing. Thank you for sharing your journey. It was yeah, how you connected it to. I like how you connected it to from um being a journalist in Liberia, you transition over to the US, and how you re I don't, people say reinvent yourself, uh but I don't think it is. It's just I admire your journey. That's what I mean to say. So thank you for sharing that part of your life with us. So now that you, it's so amazing, honestly. So now that you, yeah, I admire what you just shared. Thank you. Now that you in this
You're
business,
welcome.
and that's why we're going. That's why I invited you so that we can talk about, because we all, maybe not all of us, but most of us know that you know, uh, um, private sector investment is key. Uh, is a key strategy to any country to that drives the sustainable development in countries. For instance, according to the World Economic Forum, private sector investment has become central to global post-pandemic recovery and a long-term sustainability strategy. Um, and in Liberia, I think recently they were like, oh, the president was saying people need to come from the diaspora. Otherwise, even though he kind of messed it up when he started, according to the news, when he made some other unflattering remarks at the end. But the point is that most of us recognize that private sector growth as a catalyst for Liberia long-term prosperity. Now, with this, what role, I'll come to you specifically, but what role do you think, for the sake of other diasporan Liberians, what role do you think Liberian diaspora play in fostering economic development in Liberia?
Well, I think we all can play a major role um, in revamping the Liberian economy. I give you this short story. I traveled to so many countries around the world, including Africa. Matter of fact, recently I was in Ghana in December of 2024. And what I saw in Ghana and the system put in place by the Ghanaian government impressed me a lot.
Mm,
For example, if you are a foreigner, you cannot own a business in Ghana. A Ghanaian citizen must be either the president of that company, CEO, or have some high level involvement with that investment. Um, that alone gives Ghanaian the opportunity and the leverage to benefit from not only the natural resources, but to be willing to invest in that country. Ghanaians in the diaspora have the notion and have the mindset that the government got the back and then it was to go back home and invest. So I was very impressed by the simple rules and regulations set forth by the Ghanaian government and how well the Ghanaian citizens, both local and those in the diaspora, accepted that and take responsibility of the economy. I think Liberians are doing well. There are so many Liberians in the diaspora that are going back home, investing in every single facet of the Liberian economy. Uh, the
okay.
only thing is that not many of them coming on social media to talk about what they are doing. There are some
Mm,
people who are not social media savvy, they won't go there, but they're doing well from building personal homes, investing into real estate, building community clinics. There are several other stuff. I go to the bureau 4, 5, up to 6 times during the year. I see what Liberians are doing. So I think we
wow.
are on the right path. If only we can get more Liberians getting involved, taking charge of the economy, it will be okay. But again, I cannot blame other people who still have the fear because the people like us who are
Before we get
investing so much, yeah,
before we get to that, Peter, can I ask you? Said there are so many Liberians investing in different areas. Can you, at the top of your head, share with us? Because you just made a point. You say it's just that most of them don't come on social media, and some of us is through this medium that we are informed
right.
about what's happening. So, what are some of the um, areas? What are some of the sectors in Liberia do you consider most ripe for sustainable investment? If you may, what are
Well,
some of the
I
investment
mean,
of
the transportation.
where?
Sorry, you come in a little bit broken, but I think I'm listening to you. For example, the transportation sector. There are many Liberians that, in fact, two Liberians that I know well from the United States that have developed an
Mm,
app, which is a one-stop shop for everyone to take advantage of. The builders app wherein, for example, if you need reliable transportation, you could just book your ride and you have someone coming to your homes or to your office to pick you up. We never had that in Liberia before. Everybody
mm,
used to just come in on the road, stopping, tested to
yeah,
go. They
yeah.
invented that technology. You have most of them investing in the real estate sector. They're building apartment complexes. They're building commercial stores. If you go now in the rural area or Omega market where they transfer the major market now, you cannot even know the difference between red lights, Pakopin, Omega, or even Mambake. And those stores are owned by Liberians. They just leasing it to people. they may not have the capacity to open a store and have people selling for themselves, but they own those structures. Even though
Wow.
foreigners, I mean, are buying land, whatever way they have the status, I don't know, but they buying land and doing structure, I mean, building their own structures. But Liberians are doing very well. I mean, if you been to if you visit Liberia today, you will see the difference. And most of them just laying back. Some people get frustrated because if they invest the money and they're not getting their return on investment, they also get frustrated. But I can tell you today that Liberia is open. We have an emerging economy that is still virgin because remember we have a very little population, little over 5 million people according to the last census that was held. I know we should be way more than that because that data is not accurate with the number of people that is in the Montserrat County alone. Lisa mentioned other adjacent counties that are doing very well in terms of population and economic activities. So there are a lot of rooms. The process of opening a business in Liberia is very easy. Requirement wise, startup cost wise, people just need to take advantage of that. I mean, you can open similar businesses that you have in America, water cleaning services, landscaping, roofing and siding, whatever you want to term it. We have the economy for that. And those Liberians that are doing those services, even opening staffing agency where helping local Liberians getting job placement, they are doing very well.
Okay.
And I can encourage anybody to invest into that country. I mean, we may not be 100%, we may not get 100% of what we're looking for right now, or the luxury that we have in the United States in terms of stable electricity, affordable internet, and Google connectivity. But that's what the Liberia a terrible country. It can never be compared to here. But I think we all can work together, brainstorm in making sure that we get what we want available there
Yeah, Peter,
because
you
the
mentioned,
economy is good. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You mentioned Virgin. That means that there are some untapped investment opportunities. Do you think agriculture is one area? What's about communication, telecommunication? Do you think those are
They
areas
said
to?
that the internet, the question is coming broken. I'm not getting the question.
Yeah. Uh, Let me try again. I was saying you mentioned virgin areas. Okay, did you hear me now? I was just thinking about some of the untapped areas. I was thinking what agriculture is one untapped area, because we're trying to be able to self-sustain in terms of food production. Um, but since the internet may not allow us to really talk about some of the things I want us to talk about, um, you name some good things happening. And then you also say, but we don't have this, we don't have this. What challenges or barriers have you faced, Peter, when exploring investment in Liberia? Because I don't think it's all been butter and honey. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that. I mean,
Challenge
there
because
are many challenges.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah, because I know it's not been.
yeah.
I Liberia is you. You try. You are being a good Liberian as well as. But I'm sure there are challenges. What are some of the challenges you have faced, and then what kind of governance and legal framework will encourage me to go, or somebody who's investing to increase their investment?
Well, thanks for the question. There are many challenges we are faced with in Liberia, and I believe these challenges are artificial in the sense that people play blind eye, even though they do have the capacity to do it, but they choose just not to do it. So some of these challenges require the political will to crack down on people who just want to be lazy or who have the corrupt mindset that they will misuse public funds intended for the people for which they were selected or elected or appointed to represent. I give you typical example. In my case,
Yes.
I invested a little over $1 million in the Jonesville area to construct a multi-purpose entertainment complex that comprised of 22 bedroom hotels, or event hall, or indoor playground for children, a commercial pool, and several other stuff. But the issue of rural connectivity is a major challenge. And every year we spend close to $10,000 to $12,000 our personal resources to recondition that road to enable our customer drive in, especially those who have lower vehicles or maybe people transporting by the way of keke or motorcycle, which are the two most common means that people use to transport. But it was interesting to know that authorities of the township in Johnsonville, especially the commissioner office, would take money from some people calling themselves Truckers Association, carry out illegal damn money at the back of our facility. If you see the dust, matter of fact, people in that area cannot even wash their clothes in front of their own homes. They cannot even have family conversation. They cannot, the kids going to school, if one truck passed by you with speed, I mean, you can barely see what next. So, we have engaged them on multiple occasions. This is complete health hazard. Forget about my area coming out with the dust, but what about people who live here? You have children in schools. They are not protected. You have the dust killing them, people getting sick. And because you're getting $5 for every truck that pass, and the only word you say to us is that, oh, it's government role, you don't have the authority to stop people. But the same government that you say is a government role, government cannot fix the road. I, as a private citizen, use my personal funds to fix the road. So if I don't make any intervention by repairing that road or reconditioning it, there will be nobody going in there with vehicles.
So
So I
you say
think at this point,
not safe?
my voice, can you repeat the question?
So you're saying the road is not paved. It's a dusty road.
The road, the it's a dusty road. It's a community road, but that road is very major that connects you with the hydro. You can use that to go to the capital of Montserrat, which is Bentonville. But because of the illegal dam mining, and most of the trucks that apply in that street owned by representatives. I was told that few of the trucks owned by the majority black, allegedly owned by the majority black speaker. I mean, I have not seen documents or show proof of that, but in Liberia, 90% of gossip is truth because these very people that work for these people will talk about that. But I mean, so these are some of the challenge. You can't spend over $1 million of your personal funds to build something that you have about 75 Liberians employed. People coming in for multi-purpose activities at that facility. We paying taxes to government
Your facility.
annually. Yes, we pay. If matter of fact, electricity, I have to provide street lights. I have to purchase solar lights to electrify the road to enhance security at night because Liberia is a country where at certain time people would do stuff to get fast money. So in order to protect our customer and as part of our own corporate social responsibility, we thought it was to electrify the street by putting solar lights so that people coming in and out, or even in the houses that live along the road, will have clear visibility at night. I did that out of passion and out of love for country. But these are some of the common things that people are not doing uh, to buttress the efforts of the president because the president cannot be everywhere at every time. This is why the president have local support staff that are working, in different areas and performing the responsibilities. Any
Peter,
representative
Peter, what is the name of your business again?
is
Jesse?
the name of our company is called the JMAS Group of Companies, and then we have Jesse's Lodge, Jessre apostrophe S
Jesse's Lodge
Lounge. Yeah,
in
Jesse's Lodge
Johnson,
is in Johnsonville, and
Jesse
then we
Johnson.
have Jesse Bar in the Nizo area. It's two different locations we are operating in. So I mean we're doing these things because we want to create awareness so that Liberians can be protected in our own country. You know, I mean, it takes a lot to invest your hard-earned money and see people just disregard the fact that, I mean, you're not in government or they can do whatever they want because they're in specific position. But despite that, it's our country. We are doing well. People are very happy. That was an old farmland that been there for over 56 years that we transformed in the period of 9 months. It's a mini city by itself, and the community people are so happy. People in the townships are so happy. They don't have to take their children and go far away to entertain themselves. They come right in their own backyard and have a good time. So, I mean, besides that, the issue of security, it was interesting to know that um, if you have a situation at your business facility or your homes and you contact a local police depot in your area, you, the citizen, are responsible to facilitate the transport of the police. If you don't provide money for motorcycle or keke, police is not coming your way. That shouldn't be happening. Why are they on national government payroll? You understand? So it's a lot. It's a lot that I mean we are dealing with in Liberia. But again, we understand that Liberia would not be America, Liberia would not be Ghana. But I think most of these things are artificial. If only people can focus on their main task and forget about the corrupt aspect of it, things will be okay. Things will get better. Yeah,
Okay,
but
Peter,
that's what we want.
I'm going to ask you this. I don't know whether you prepared to to share that. If you do not, that's fine. But recently, you returned because you got injured. Do you want to share what happened? What happened? I don't know. You broke your arm, but I saw your arm was in swing or sling, and you came back for treatment. What happened?
So thank you for asking that question.
Okay,
Um,
glad you.
so in Liberia, there was a county meet. There was a county meet, and luckily for us, we were opportune to host the Lofa County soccer team at our facility. We did not announce that to the public because of security reasons, because the team was very good and everyone predicted that they will emerge as winners. So they had a good time. But all of a sudden, at the day the economy got, I mean, ended at the SKD and Lofa County won the trophy, there was huge celebration. First of all, everyone pays to enter our facility. No one enters Jesse Lodge for free. You pay because of the quality of entertainment that we provide to the customer. So there was some fake news that spread around that the president of Liberia had given Jesse Lodge management some huge sum of money to allow free gates, meaning that everyone should just come in without paying to have fun with the team because he from Lofa and Lofa County won the county meet. That was a terrible lie. And because of this, you have over 6,000 people that troop in front of our facility, especially the guests that were lodging the team, trying to force their way in. We tried talking to them that, okay, you know what? Let the team come in because the team was still in the bus stuck at the main entrance. They couldn't come in because they got swamped by crowd, whether you had criminals among them or it was actual loyal supporters that came to cheer, we don't know. But everyone was there so excited about the situation, and then they got trapped. Senator Momo Cyrus of Lofa County was in the facility at the moment with the security, SIGA security frame. They all were in the facility, but they were all having fun and not paying attention to the huge risks and stuff that were happening outside the facility. We managed to talk to some of the crowd. I went to the gate personally to convince them, hey, let the team boss come in, and then later on we will open the gate at the other side where you will come and have fun because I always declare free game when Lofa County win during the preliminary stages. I did that for them.
Are you from
So
that?
yeah, yeah, for Lofa, yeah, my dad from Lofa. So
Okay.
at this point in time, when the team boss came in, there were a lot of people that followed the boss and the security managed to push them out. They got angry and it resulted into rioting. People began to throw stone in the fence, damaging the roof of the hotel, busting car windshields, the children playground. I mean, it
Mm,
was a complete horror. So my security was trying to protect me because we were like in the middle of everything. So there's a fence that separated the lodge from the hotel. So he said, "Hey, we can't run in the middle because there are a lot of rocks being thrown in the fence. If there's a possibility that you could be hit from the back, so let all walk on the side." So we decided to walk on the side, running on the side, and I tripped and fall and broke my right hand wrist. I mean, it was crazy. I couldn't get any treatment in Liberia. I went through that pain for about 3 weeks. Went to some of the best facility. I'm not going to call a name for security reason, They openly told me we can't help you because they don't even have injection to give to minimize the pain in the hand. So the doctor that was helping me, he once lived in the U.S. and he has a license here too as a medical doctor. He just spoke to me and said, "Hey, my man, I know the pay you coming for. I live there too in the same state. I get my license. What I will tell you is, what I giving you is just for temporary. If you have you say anytime you're coming, you can bring, you spoke it, we are like bring, like I'm talking now, you can bring your tally no or I leave. Take some, go by, go do your treatment on that stuff. Anybody who will call you and say the bone doctor, don't go there, or they will cripple you. It was what he said to me.
Oh, wow.
So that's how I left Liberia and came to the US. And in a dead time, pain disappeared from my hand. So, I mean, that shows that lack of security is a major challenge in the country as well. People are allowed, and imagine these things happen. Even the local county sports association didn't care. It cost me $5,000 to do renovation work at my
They
facility
damage
because
your
of what
property.
happened. Yes, I used my personal funds and how to renovate my facility, pay contractors, purchase materials, and get a job done. And it was interesting to know Momo Sarah, who is a senator, the only word he had to say that night, oh, I'm not savior, I have to leave. He recalled all of his security. Because when we signed a contractual agreement with the local county steering committee, it was agreed that if I did volunteer to bring in additional security, because I have my private security and for 12 men that protect my facility day and night. But he came in the show of posture that he was bringing his own private security because he owns SIGA. SIGA is one of the most reliable and vibrant private security firm in Liberia. He brought in extra 10 men. And he said that he didn't trust my security to protect his local county soccer team so that they wanted to take over and say, listen, this is my facility. You can take over security at my facility. What we can allow is your security will collaborate with my security and make sure that your area is protected. Whatever rules you give them, not allowing your players to leave the fence or go to the recreational side, that's on you. But I cannot depost my man because the senator says so. And the very man who came up with all those statements and allowed his security being there, when we had that situation, he recalled his entire security detail that night and they left the facility.
My word.
So we had to resume everything again by ourselves. Yeah.
Wow, Peter, that is horrible. Wow. I am so, what an experience
Yeah.
you have.
Yeah, but
Ah,
again, that's Liberia. I mean, people do things without remorse. They don't care. I mean, how you got your money to invest. People feel entitled because people feel like, I mean, people like me shouldn't be doing such a thing. In fact, they don't even believe that we own it. People feel that maybe we're doing some sort of stuff that will give us fast money, but they don't understand the struggle that we go through on a daily basis to enable us get money.
and
They
you
don't
say,
understand that.
you
But
say, how many people have you employed? How many staff
we
do
have
you have?
little over 75 people right now working. We have over 100, but there were some people that was not just up to tax. Some people consistently and intentionally violated our company policy that we have to terminate that employment agreement. So
But
right now we have about 75 people in our employ at both Justice Law and Justice Bar.
that's a lot of families to be, uh, yeah, to be feeding or
You see that? Are
support.
you there?
Yes, I was saying that's a lot of families to be supporting right now. Um, if our internet is bad, then I think we'll just end the year, Peter. I wish I could talk to you for so long. What is your final message you have? Oh my God. Peter, Peter, can you hear me? Hello? Peter, can you hear me? Oh, I think he's getting a call. Oh my God. If you're just joining us, we were talking about the private sector investment in Liberia. We're talking to Peter Masakwe. Peter is an investor. He and his wife are the owner of Jersey Lodge. I'm going to share the information. Peter also owns and runs an insurance company. um Before we came on, he said some renovation is happening in his office, work is being done, so I think he's talking to his contractors right now. That's why he mutes himself. We're going to have to let him go, but hey, yeah, if you follow that just a tip of the iceberg. We're going to be talking about private investment in Liberia over time, because um yeah, we all have been hearing that private investment is key to sustainable development in Liberia, in any country actually. uh so this was just to underscore the vital role of private sector investment in driving sustainable development in Liberia. Unfortunately, the situation that Peter shared sounds scary, but hey, he tells us that it's not always the case. Peter, do you want to close with, is there a success story you want to share, and then you give us any parting comment or last something, and we, because I know you in the middle of things and you don't have the time.
Yeah, I just want to encourage Liberians. Liberia is our country.
Ab-
There's nowhere like home. We have the freedom, we have the organic foods and everything. Our people are loving and caring. In spite of, there will be no country free of problem. Like we live here in the United States, we all know what is going on right now, from immigration to every other stuff. That tells you that every country have its own trouble that they go through. But again, at the end of the day, it shall come and go. So, I mean, if you hear thinking on what to do in Liberia, there are a lot of opportunities. Take advantage right now. This is the moment. I can tell you, Priscilla, that there will be a time, maybe 3 to 4, 5 years from now, to invest in Liberia will be very difficult because the space will be all gone. Sit by yourself and think, say, why is it that the Indians, the Lebanese, are owning almost every single store in Liberia? Why are other people from other countries coming in are being so successful in a craft in Liberia? That shows that our economy will do better. Right now, the economy is not 100% to where it's supposed to be because of the, I would say, crisis between the national legislature, the executive, because people count on these people to make laws and implement them, and they count on them to make the right decision for the country. So if people who have millions of dollars or billions of dollars who want to invest, if you witness these people actions, they will not want to bring that money in. But that shouldn't deter Liberians from going back home to invest in that country. We can make the difference. If you open a janitorial services and you hire one person, because of that one person, you are feeding up a 4 or 5 other person in the household. That
Mhm.
shows the impact. It may be small in the eyes of other people, but the testimony is huge. So I just want to encourage everybody. You cannot be Peter Mazikwa. I cannot be you. But whatever you want to do, just pray about it and do it. The economy is there. We have the weather, we have the climate, agriculture. You can make farm. You could do something. You can open a world-class beauty salon or barber shop. You could open a paper toilet production facility, or even the charcoal that people sell. You could say, you know what? Since people selling coal in the bag, I'll be the first like going to make sure that I package coal in bags. You could open one of the largest warehouses in Monserrado or in Buchanan that will process charcoal and sell. Because not everybody can afford to purchase the propane gas to cook the food on the stove. Everyone uses charcoal. So these are little business ideas that people can tap on and do what they're going to do. But again, we are here. If you do have plans to go to Liberia to invest and you don't know where to start from, we're waiting to offer our advice. And, you don't have to pay me for consultation. I can tell you where to go to register your business. I could even refer you to a lawyer that can help you to set up your business registration or prepare your article of incorporation. Let me tell you something. Liberia is a friendly country. Since I've been in America, I don't know where Federal Reserve is. I don't know who they have for that institution. I don't know who the director of commerce or secretary of commerce is. But in Liberia, I can meet with commerce minister anytime I want. I can meet with foreign minister. I can go to central bank and meet with individuals, governors. Once I have something to do that is important, I can set an appointment. That
Oh,
shows how small and friendly our country is. When
people,
police stop you, there are ways you talk to them. Even though at times they get so annoying, but sometimes we can work around things and we speak our local at the end of the day, you go. That can happen here in America. And, so Liberia is our country. We love Liberia. We'll continue to invest in Liberia. And I want to say thank you to you two for giving me the opportunity. I know we had a little issue with the internet, but we will plan another one wherein we'll have more longer time to talk about it. But
okay,
I
okay.
really appreciate everything you did today, giving me the opportunity to speak on your platform and we
Of
elaborate more.
Of course, of course. Thank you, Peter. I know you're in the midst of work happening in your office right now. We could see that you were talking to your contractors, but thank you for making a time still. So this is it. This is it. Thank you so much for joining us on a new day. Thank you for being the change and for sharing your day with us. You encouraging people. At least you're not one of the people who say, "Yeah, go to Liberia and go," and they're not doing anything. So yeah, I mean, you are speaking, you are living what you asking people to do. So that's a good thing. Thank you so much. So folks, this is it. That's Peter Massaquer. Peter is a colleague of mine. I mean, we were formerly in the media, but we are all members of the Association of Liberian Journalists in the Americas. And then Peter is investing hugely, hugely in Liberia. He owns an insurance company. I think it's in the state of New Jersey, and then him and his wife runs they own the Jersey Lodge. So he's in the hospitality business as well and entertainment business. He's a well-rounded businessman to some extent. And so I want to say thank you to Peter and thanks to you, our viewers, for joining us as well. Let's continue the dialogue, elevate our voices, and actively participate in shaping a world where we all can be proud of, where social justice isn't an aspiration but a reality. Join us next time on a new day as we continue to explore and advocate for social reform. Remember, change begins with a conversation. Let's make every day a new day for progress. Thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you in our next episode. It's a new day. Oh, somebody say proud of you, Peter. Nyamfor and Rudolph Nyamfor say proud of you. Oh, proud of you. I don't have time to go through because I know Peter want to jump off. But thank you, Nyamfor. We're going to end now. Goodbye, Peter.
uh,
We all love you, man.